Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody's having an amazing Tuesday. I'm not going to be here long, but I just came to touch bases on something that I saw going around on Facebook, of course, and watching around YouTube. Okay. So Miss Holland's been going with about a month now. Like y'all still bothering this lady family. Like what is wrong with y'all? Like something at this point is really mentally unstable. Like it's no way that you are waking up with this family on your mind. Again, these are people that we don't know. It's just no way that you're waking up every day looking for another reason to be mad at these strangers. Like seriously, like come on now, y'all. All gloves off. Like come on, pat our hands together. Like come on, y'all. Come on. The elevator got to go to the top of the stairs at this point, honey. The elevator can't still be stagnant in the middle of up and down. It got to be it still can't be in the middle. At this point, it should be up. And you should be realizing at this point that these are people that we really do not know. So it's no way that you're critiquing every aspect of their life, every little thing that they do. Okay, so now y'all mad because Chelle charging for obituaries. Okay, so you know how many people in the world? Let's make common sense common real quick. Okay, so everybody in the world that like Miss Hollers, millions of people loved Miss Holler, right? Okay, so do you think when you send something through the mail that it's free? Do you think that there's no cost for it? Is it something in your head that makes you think that there's no cost to mail something from one state to the other? Like, okay, so these are obituaries that this young lady has to, and her family has to mail all over the world. So all over the world, she has to mail these obituaries, and y'all mean to tell me that y'all mad because you want to charge $5 to mail y'all obituary? And like they say, it's not just a one little, the little regular obituary. She said it's like a book, and so now y'all mad. Y'all want to go back with the scamming word and this, that, and the fourth, trying to tear her down because she's telling you all that she will get obituaries made practically for the whole world, whoever wants one. But there's a $5 fee for shipping. Like y'all, come on, common sense got to be common. It's no way nothing in that says scam. Do y'all know how much it costs to print an obituary? Do you know? Do you think when people have funerals that the obituaries come free? Do you think there's no cost? Hey, Miss Flowers in the attic. Now, do you think those obituaries are free? So now this lady, outside of the ones that they printed for the original funeral, she has to go and get millions or thousands, whoever order anymore. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? She has to go back and get those made for them to be shipped out to everybody in the world that wants one. Like y'all, come on. What about that makes this lady a scammer? Do y'all think she's gonna become a millionaire off of mailing you all obituaries? Hey, Miss Tammy Pritchett. Like it's just like, okay, so this is what I'm coming to. It seems like anybody that's on the internet that seems to become successful in any way for any reason, it doesn't even matter what your original reason for coming to the internet is. It seems like if you become successful on the internet, that there's always going to be some people that try to make you out to be a scammer or try to tarnish your character in some form of fashion, because at this point in your life, this is your season that you've now walked into. So now they're going to do anything that they can to try to make you seem like you're a bad person or that you don't deserve your season. They don't know what you've gone through in your life to get where you are right now, but they are just wanting to insert themselves any way that they can to try to destroy what you've worked hard for, regardless of the work that you've put in. Because see, most of the work is on the back end, and that's what God's work is watching. What you've done up to this point, to when He decides to open up that overflow for you, open up your season, which none of us in the world should be the ones to dictate that. Ain't nothing free. Facts, Miss Tammy Pritchard. You pay for water, you pay for heating and cooling your house, you pay for the clothes on your back, you pay for undies, you pay for things to keep your body moving every day. You got to pay for water. Like y'all, come on. Y'all know good and doggone well that lady cannot ship out no obituaries to the whole doggone world and not charge anything. Like y'all just gotta make this make sense. Like, and then you're trying to say, oh, well, we felt like we gave her enough. Okay, there's a house that came out of that. We know for sure. We know it's a car came out of that. and we don't know what else also on top of taxes and all that other stuff. How long do y'all think money lasts, huh? These days, $1,000 ain't no money, honey. You can take $1,000. You know, at one time, $1,000 we thought we was rich, baby. And somebody came across us with $1,000, baby. $1,000 was stretched like 10,000. We don't live in those days no more, honey. $1,000 is now like $100. And this is just with your regular everyday expenses, things that you have to do just to try to keep your head a little above water. And $1,000 ain't really gonna float you but so far. So what is wrong with y'all? Y'all gotta make it make sense. And that poor lady said on her live, no, she hasn't had time to grieve. It hasn't been no time to grieve because she's dealing with all these people out here in the world that's attacking her and her family. Like, y'all gotta learn when to stand down. We all done saw your negative mess. We all seen y'all screaming it from the mountaintop. It has not changed anything. So how long do you plan on doing it? Because people gonna feel the way they want to feel about people regardless. And you should never try to persuade someone to think negative of a person. Let them learn a person for themselves and have their own outlook on them. That's their right to feel however it is that they want to feel about whoever they encounter in their life. Because you had a bad experience with a person doesn't mean the next person that comes encounter with that person will have the same experience. You know, everybody not gonna have the same experience with people. Like y'all gotta stop doing that. Like, that's ridiculous. What's your opinion? Somebody tell me something. Hey, Maisha. Do any of y'all on here really, when I'm asking y'all opinion, do you all really think that that lady is scamming by charging $5 to send an obituary to anybody in the world who wants an obituary? Like, I'm just asking the people that's on this line. Do y'all really think anything about that speaks scam? Like, come on, y'all. Let's be honest now. And if you think it does, please explain. Let me see if I can see things through your eyes or through your thought process. Holler at me. Tell me what it is that you're feeling, honey. Tell me, you know, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Cause ain't no way. Like, come on, y'all. It's just like y'all try to create stuff for people. Like, I've never seen so many people here. Throw it away. I've never seen so many people in the world that thrive off of the demise of someone else. What are you getting out of trying to destroy somebody else's character that you really don't know? You only know these people when they click on the internet. That's all that you know. You've never personally hung out with these people. You've never broke bread with these people. You've never sat at their table. You don't know these people from the sandbox. What do you get out of constantly trying to knock somebody while they're already down? These people are already suffering one of the worst loss that they can, which is the matriarch of their family going on transitioning. And on top of trying to deal with that, they're trying to keep the internet happy and everybody on the internet by still interacting at all. Still sharing videos that we saw before, but they still taking the need to keep her refreshed and try to keep her legacy alive and resharing videos so that we won't forget who Miss Holly was. But in the midst of doing all that, you have you all trying to tear, and not everybody, but the people that are trying to tear down these people while they at their worst. What do you think going to come out of that? And I've asked 1,000 times, what do you want to come out of that? Like, what is the end result? What is the end game of this? It's like, don't matter what this lady do, people are going to try to tear it apart and try to make it seem like she's trying to do something in a negative manner. Like, it don't matter how positive it is. People are going to try to shed some type of negative light on it when there is none. She said she even getting shirts that say Chelle, where the money at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have pushed these people so much. It is sad, Maisha. It's like at this point, it's redundant. It's redundant at this point. Like, it's consistently y'all saying the same thing, still ain't making no more sense than you made the first time you said it. Because it's ridiculous. Like I said, even from the beginning, any money that you gave, you should have been a cheerful giver, gave from the heart with no expectations. Because if you have expectations with anything that you want to give somebody, don't give it to them. Okay? If it's your last and you know that you really can't spare it and it's going to cause all kind of commotion in your life because you gave it, don't give it to them. Who are you trying to prove something to? What are you trying to prove? Because if I ain't got it, I ain't got it. I don't care what it's for. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it, period. And I'm not going to be apologetic because I don't got it. I just don't got it, period. If it was meant for me to give it to you, I would have it to give. If I don't got it, I don't got it. I don't have to go over and beyond or feel bad because it's a situation that is trending and everybody want to donate to it and I can't. So now I feel bad because I can't be a part of the trend. So did most of y'all just give just because it was trending, or did you give really because you cared about Miss Holla and her having a nice burial and her family being okay? Were those the reasons why the majority of you all gave, or did you give just to have something to talk about? Did you give just to continue to torment this family because you gave a couple dollars? Or did you give really what you didn't have to give and now you want it back? Like I just need to know what category your giving fell under. What category did it fall under? Because, like, y'all, it's ridiculous. I want one of them doggone obituaries. And I'm sending my $5. So I don't think nothing is scamming about it. I think $5 is kind of cheap because she may see that shipping, it just depends on how much they weigh now. You know, hopefully they'll cut her a little deal at the post office when she go to ship them all off, because I know it's going to be many of us that's going to want those obituaries. And here y'all go about to make her not even send them out, because here y'all go with this foolishness. Talking about $5, she's scamming. How is she scamming if you're getting something for your money? Make it make sense. You're getting something for the money that you're sending. You're getting an obituary. You sending her $5, she's sending you an obituary back. How is that scamming? You're buying something. That's like when you go in the store. Okay, when you go to McDonald's and you buy your food, if it ain't right, is it scamming? Okay. How many places do you go and you buy stuff from them and they say no refunds? But do that stop you from shopping with them? A lot of the times it does not. Even if it's convenient. Like, y'all just gotta make common sense be common. Like, y'all wasting a whole lot of time being negative when y'all really don't even understand the spiritual warfare that this world is in right now. Everybody's going through something. It's so much more positive stuff that you can be applying yourself to and your time to, versus trying to tear somebody else down in such a critical time in your life and everybody else's lives around you. This is not the time for the foolishness. This is time to uplift as much as you can, encourage as much as you can, step out on faith, believe in yourself, love on yourself, love on the ones that you love the most. Because this is a critical time that a lot of us need to be using to change and to be better. If not cinnamon, if you're getting something. Yeah, it's not. If you getting something for it, she's sending you back obituary. And I can see if everybody sent their $5 and they don't get no obituaries. All right. If she don't send obituaries out and you sent that $5, then you come on here having that same conversation. What can me or anybody else say? I don't care how positive we try to be. Right is right and wrong is going to always be wrong. It don't matter who is doing it. Okay. I don't care how much you may like the person that's doing it. Wrong is always wrong and right is always going to be right. But how can you call somebody a scammer before you even send out anything? Like, y'all trying to stop her from sending the obituaries out before she can even get to shipping them out good. Because she said $5 for shipping. Then she said somebody even threatened her. Kendall was on there. Kendall said, yeah, that's what you do. You walk up and you put your hands, but he said other words. You put your hands on. Please do it. Kendall said, please do it. Like, y'all going that far to make threats to people. Physical to people you don't know. Like, you know, y'all, the people that's doing this, they can't be, you know, I don't know. They got to have a miserable life. They got to be so miserable within themselves right now that they want to inflict or release some of that pain off on other people. And usually it's strangers, somebody that can't really reach out and touch them, or that's not right beside them, because most of the time cowards hang behind, are the ones that are lingering behind um internet mess. And people that that you ain't gonna never announce about 10 encounter in your life, but you ready to just throw threats because you feel like you're safe behind that keyboard, throwing out all of that nonsense, that irrelevant stuff that's not even necessary. You're just throwing it out there because you feel tough. Okay, so it makes you feel tough just to throw out a threat at a total stranger that they do not deserve. They didn't do anything to deserve it, but you just ready to throw it out, and you think it make you look like a big guy or a big woman. You're right. We're living in spiritual warfare. Amen. We are, Maisha, and it's true. And see, they can't even see it, Maisha, because they're too busy applying their energy to all the wrong things. See, they applying their energy to all the wrong things. Because you got to understand, whatever God has for that family, they going to get it regardless. It ain't nothing you or nobody in this world going to be able to do to stop what God has for them, me, or nobody else. So stop trying. Because you're just making a fool out of yourself. And you're just blocking your own blessings because you create more sour seeds for your harvest. So let's just step back and contemplate on, what is this really going to solve? What am I really trying to accomplish with this, going after this family, my energy, these total strangers that I really don't know? How am I adding any value to their life or mine? Or how am I really taking anything from them? Because you're not taking anything from them. You're actually taking from yourself, because you're planting sour behind seeds. And the sad thing about it is they're not going to even know nor care about the type of sour harvest that's going to come back to you. It's going to be your harvest for you to soak in, because you created it for yourself when you could have just not. You could have chosen to just not. You could have just chosen to pull back and chill. If you're no longer interested in what that family has to offer, because Miss Holla is gone, it's 1,000 million quadrillion things on the internet to watch. You don't even have to do, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have to wallow over there. You don't have to go over there. If they make you so sick, so miserable, they just make you, they are scammers, they this, that, and third. Why do you keep going over there for? So you're kind of looking like a fan at this point, because you're continuously going over there to look for something. So you're something more like a fan. You fanned out by the family. But you hate to see the fact that some people are actually doing okay in life. We can tell these people ain't filthy rich, y'all. Come on. Y'all don't be happy for people that are now finally maybe living a little more comfortable than they did before. And even if you had anything to do with that, I'm proud of myself. You should be too. Because sometimes you can't change your own lives. You find yourself in a position and you don't even know that dollar seed that you may have planted into Miss Holla or anything. It's going to come back to you 10 times fold. See, that was a part of the harvest. That was a part of the good seeds that you sowed to reap a great harvest. But on top of sowing that seed, now you planting all these sour seeds around your one good seed. You destroy your whole harvest. One apple spoils a bunch. A lot of times they say one bad apple can't spoil a bunch, but honey, when it comes to them seeds, yeah, it may just be different. Because you constantly watering that seed. See, all the good seeds that you planted around them, they planted, right? But the only one that you're watering is that one sour seed that you sowed. And you're constantly watering it by constantly attacking this family. But see, all the good seeds around it, you're not watering them because you're doing nothing else good in your life. Because you're waking up and going to sleep thinking about, see, your heart, God is reading your malicious heart. He is reading the things that you're doing with malicious intent. The things that you're trying to hide to the world, act like you're trying to save somebody that don't need to be saved. Who are you trying to save? Nobody's asking to be saved. So what are you trying to do? What are you putting your cape on for? It's a lot of things in this world that you need to put your cape on for, baby. And that family ain't it. Because no matter what was to happen, let's just say they were, which I don't believe, but let's just say they were. What all this attack on them, what is that going to help anybody? Miss Holla's still gone. Her funeral been over. You don't get no redos. Time don't reverse. So what are you hoping to get from this? Any type of outcome that come out, whatever it is, whatever you fighting so hard, how is it going to help you? Are you gonna just now I can sleep at night because I done totally turned somebody else's life that I really don't know up? I've turned their life up and over. I fought hard to take autistic children's mothers away from them. I fought hard to try to turn the household upside down. I fought hard to make a 16-year-old that's already grieving her grandmother gone, taking her mother from her. I worked hard at creating hell in these people's life. Is that what you're going to be happy about? Is that's what's going to help you sleep at night? Like, y'all, please hit Miss 1981's like button, subscribe if you like her formatted content. Thank you, fellow chatters and visitors. Thank you so much, Dwayne. When I donate to 3 sites, once I hit send, the donation is in God's hand. Amen, Dwayne Harris. That's what I'm saying. If you don't got it to give, don't give it. If you're not a cheerful giver, don't give. Like, it's that simple. But I think $5 is very reasonable. And like they say, the obituary, they said it's like a book. I think that's very reasonable. Actually, more than reasonable, to be honest. But like I said, it ain't even about the obituaries or nothing. It's about whoever has this thing out for this family. Like, y'all have this thing out like the whole world gonna know your name from tormenting this doggone family. What kind of clout are you trying to get off tormenting this family? What is it going to do for you? What is it going to do for your everlasting? It's pathetic. What's wrong with, are you blinded to see? What's wrong with, are you blinded to see? Okay, Bloodhood. Okay, so that's your opinion that they have trifling ways, but who are we to judge? Do you understand that God will handle that? Who are you? Do you know them? Do you think anything that you do or say, constantly attacking them on the internet, do you think that would change who they are? It won't. We don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? Why create bad karma in your own life attacking somebody else that you don't know, Bloodhood? That's what I'm saying. I'm worrying about everybody, not just them. I'm just worrying about, do you understand that? See, when you want bad for other people, you can expect bad in your own life. See, the hell you try to create for somebody else will become your own, Bloodhood. That's what I'm saying. So why create bad karma in your own life behind a bunch of total strangers? We all have a right to feel the way we want to feel. You know what I'm saying, Bloodhood? But why create bad karma in your own life for total strangers? Because you understand, when you're going through something bad or torment in your life, do you think these people gonna come in your life and uplift you? They not. You see what I'm saying? So why give it that much energy? Okay, well, Love and Holler is doing what you know Hollywood wants you to do. Do you think Hollywood want to see the world doing this to her family, Bloodhood? Let's just be honest. How many times have we heard her say, I love my granddaughter? I thank her for putting me on here. Do you do it? Come on now. And I can understand that you may be one of the people that feel some type of way about the family from what you're saying, okay? So let's just take a time to step back, take emotions out of it, Bloodhood, okay? Let's take the negative emotion out of it. Let's just think logically, okay? Let's just think back to the lives that we saw Miss Holler do. And how many times we saw her say that she loved her granddaughter. And how she thanked her granddaughter for what she did for her. And for the fact that Chelle gave her to us at all. Okay? Do you think Miss Holler would like what's being done to them right now? Anytime someone we love transitions, what do we all want them to do? Rest in peace, right? We want their everlasting to be way better than any day on this earth that we walk in every day. The hell that we walk through every day. We want better for our people that transition on. So why would we constantly torment her family, y'all? They told her to say that, like, they made her. I don't think so. Because sometimes we did see some things where it seemed like she was coached. Maybe 1 or 2 lies, y'all. Come on, let's be honest. When she said those things about her granddaughter and stuff like that, no, she was not coached. I don't believe that. I think the love for her was very genuine. I think the love for Chelle was very genuine, and she appreciated, what Chelle did by putting her on the internet. She appreciated that. So that alone validates the fact that made the last days of Holler life the best life that she ever had. So for that alone, she's to be commended. A lot of us, a lot of people that has transitioned never had a chance to have the best days of their life. And definitely not documented, but she had a chance to have the best days of her life documented. And she was shared with us, total strangers. That was an elderly lady. You don't think she was mistreated and she was going by what they wanted her to say? That Maya was rude. Okay, elderly lady in her right state of mind. That was an elderly lady that was very strong in mind. Her mind wasn't gone. Being elderly didn't make her weak. She still stood on what she stood on, and she said what she wanted to say. And one thing we did see about Miss Holler, when you would say something to Miss Holler and she felt like you was pushing her, what she would say? She'd be like, hell, I said what I said, or something like that. She would get very frustrated. She was not very good at holding back the way that she felt. So I felt like if she was being pushed to say anything, it would have came out on that camera. If they was pushing her or doing too much, Blood Hood, it would have came out on that camera. She wouldn't have been able to hide it. She wasn't good at holding her emotions when somebody was getting on her nerves now. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Elderly didn't make her weak. Blood Hood, please don't make the same mistake that I made. I read comments and I let them misjudge Kyle. Thank you, Jesus, that I asked Kyle for his forgiveness and he forgave me for bad mouthing him. That's all I'm saying. Let's give this family some grace, Blood Hood. Because no matter what happens at this point, it won't bring Miss Holler back, y'all. And understand the last years of her life was the best years of her life. That's to be celebrated. Not to try to put this negative imagery around it. It's to be celebrated. If anybody really loved her, that's what they will be doing, celebrating her. Not wrapping her name around negativity and this bad stuff that's trying to be done to her family. Sometimes people have a lot of energy to waste. I think that people were blessed. Their grandmother went home. She left behind a message for the world to know that Chelle and the rest was there for her. Amen, Chelle Edwards. And still in the end, she found time to tell us that she loved us. That was the last thing we heard from her. I love y'all. Keep praying for me. So with that being the last thing that she said, that's the last thing she asked of us, Blood Hood. Not to torment her family, not to call her family scammers. What Miss Holler asked of the world, pray for her. I love y'all. That is what she said. That was her last request. Not what's happening right now. Not what's happening right now. Nobody can say that they love that lady and keep doing this. She would not be okay, y'all, with this. Because if she wanted some help, like I said, she was, oh yeah, but she was in her right mind, okay? Her mind was as sturdy as me and yours. So that's all I'm saying. Like, y'all, we just got to be careful. And like I said, everybody have a right to their own opinion, Blood Hood. And I thank you for, opening up, because I did ask, if anybody have a negative thing to say. So specifically what we were talking about, what's the obituaries? You think it's wrong for her to charge $5 to mail an obituary all over the world to whatever state anybody's in? Does that make her trifling? Because she's doing what people requested? My grandmother dose one, my auntie tells her she mistreat my mother and other kids by listening to that one child. Okay, so that's your situation though, Blood Hood. That don't mean it's everybody's situation. My grandma was sick too. Nobody ever mistreated her. Unfortunately, you do have those homes where the elderly is mistreated. I'm not saying it don't happen, Blood Hood. But what I'm saying is from what I saw, which is all we can go by, we don't know what happened when the camera went off. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say maybe one or two times, maybe we was watching it and we may have said, okay, they look like they aggravating her a little bit, or they may be, being a little strong with her, because we would want to hold, we maybe handled her a little more gentle as far as the way we talk to her and whatever. But see, they knew her. They knew her all their life, so they know what she can't take, what she could and couldn't take. When we saw her, we only saw a fragile old lady as she started to demise. When she was in that transitional, we saw a elderly, old, brittle lady. So yeah, we would have handled her, but they knew that she was stronger than that. They knew she didn't want to be baby. She didn't want nobody around her feeling sorry for her. Y'all all know in reality that's not the Holler we knew. She didn't want nobody around here feeling sorry for her. Yeah, she would say plenty of times, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But we know we couldn't stop that. That was between God. That was God's decision. You know, God had the last say so. No matter how much the world loved her or whatever, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't make that decision. That ain't our decision to make. Because I'm very quite sure if it was up to any of us, even though she was 97, we would all still want to hear. We would all still want to click on those lives and see her and laugh at her. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it is a lot of families that mistreat their elders. But we can't look at everybody's situation with the same things that we've seen in our own lives. We can't judge everybody's situations by what we've experienced because everybody ain't the same. I'm glad this lady, and if that's proof, what you have to say about that. I've seen that about the FBI involved, but that's what I'm saying. Why not just wait and see what happens? And still, at the end of the day, what is the outcome? What is it going to do? Is it going to bring Miss Holler back, Bloodhood? None of that's going to bring Miss Holler back. None of it. At the end of the day, none of her family put her to her head and made people. Exactly. They didn't make nobody give them nothing. Everybody supposedly been giving because they love Miss Holler. But now they done turned around and turned that supposedly cheerful giving into like the worst thing that ever could have happened. That family accepted anything from anybody after Miss Holler was gone. Seems like it was the worst thing that they could have ever done. When they came to the internet, the people that were supposed to love her and asked for help to bury her. That's like you living your whole life with your family. The people that say, I love you, cuz, or I love you, auntie, uncle, whatever, whatever. And then when it's time to bury you, if they got to give $10 on your burial, they're going to go back and talk about it after you in the ground. See, that love was conditional. It was never real. It was fake from the jump. It was flawed. It was fugazi. Like that's weird. But you got to understand, the truth will always withstand a lie. So I don't care whoever. The truth will always withstand a lie. So it ain't what you think you know, it's what you can prove. So they can call whoever they want to call. Like I said, whatever happens, happens. We all are watching Bloodhood, you know? For cremation to go from me acting like she was. How we know she wasn't? Didn't they buy a house, Bloodhood, or whatever? How we know that? And they got taxes. How we know that they wasn't broke? That lady was never mistreated. Oh, right. Okay. And they will get karma while they get exactly. Karma got everybody's address, baby. So you need to be 100% sure that you know what you're doing before you do it. You know? Karma got everybody's address and she don't miss a beat. So just make sure what you're speaking over somebody, you're 100% sure about that. Because just like you call the FBI, if it turns out not to be true, you can turn around and they can turn around and get a defamation suit. See what I'm saying? So now you need to put your foot into something that you should never put your foot in because it really was never that deep to some of us. I can't knock anybody for how they feel, but what about that? What if it turns out that it was all not true? And now these people got a defamation suit, so then they're going to get more money. Then y'all going to be mad again. Because now you put out all this foolishness about somebody that wasn't true. And now it's been proven that it wasn't true. And then now they sue you. They going to be wrong for suing? I'm not Bloodhound though. I want you to see it. I see it from the point of being unbiased. I'm not taking sides. What I'm saying is my opinion is I don't see what y'all see. That's what I'm saying. I don't see what y'all see. You see what I'm saying? But we all on the outside looking in. I don't see it through the eyes that y'all do the same lenses that y'all looking through. But like you said, they doing whatever they do. If it turned out to be something different, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm leaving room for grace, which is what we all should be doing. Leaving room for grace. Because it's all what if. Because none of us was right there when nothing was happening. We only know what they showed us when the camera came on. And what I'm saying is, I don't see what y'all see. I don't see a family that of scammers. I don't see a family that was trying to take advantage of people. Now I'm gonna be honest with you about this part, right? A lot of people that come from nothing, didn't have much. When you come into a position where money starts to come in, it starts coming in just fast. Sometimes people will slip up. Money management could be bad because it's something that they never dealt with before. Money management could be bad, and they could have done it just splurged out, and could have been reckless with the money. That could have happened, bloodhood. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know. But scammer is a big word. Scammer is somebody taking something from you under false pretenses. They never did that. They told you what they wanted the money for. And like I said, the GoFundMe, everybody saw when it got way past the 10,000 that the people asked for. So why did they continue to send it? See, scammer just does not fit this situation. Scammer was supposedly cheerful. In this situation, what it was cheerful, supposedly, quote unquote, cheerful givers. Why watch it if you hate them so much? Exactly. And why not let this family grieve? Why not let this family heal? And whatever's going to happen, let it happen. But why not? I wouldn't want to be a part of it. Because again, it's all of us on the outside looking in. I would not dare wake up every day to try to take down people I don't know. And really, we don't have enough evidence of anything other than what was shown when they came on camera. We never saw how much money came in and out that family house. We never saw every inch of every piece of everything they did with that money. See what I'm saying? So it's hard to judge in that type of situation. It's too much gray area. So that's why I need to be some grace. You know what I'm saying? We only know what they tell us. That's it. That's all. No in between. But people out here moving like they really know everything that happened, what every dime of the money was spent on. No, we don't. Like, and why is it our business? Like, listen, I ain't clocking nobody's pockets but my own. I got my own problems, my own issues. I'm clocking my own pockets. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work to get what I gotta get. And I want everybody to make it. Everybody to be in a better position than they in today. So I just don't move like that. Why are they asking for money when they are making money off social media and had Cash App and money from P.O. Box? Let them grieve the next day. They were out shopping, laughing. Janice asking for 10K. Janice started asking for money about her teeth because everybody was harassing her about her teeth. Would you blame her? She's saying, put your money where your mouth at. Since everybody got so much to say about her teeth, fix them. And I think she's right. Put your money where your mouth at. If every time I come on here, you offended by the way I look, when it ain't no skin off your back regardless, then make it happen. Put your money where your mouth at. So now since she called everybody got something to do with her teeth to the front of the class, that means she ain't grieving? Nah, that don't mean she ain't grieving. And everybody grieve different. There's no certain way to grieve. People grieve different. It's shaking my head, Dwayne. That's what SMH means. So she called him to the front of the class, as she should have. Y'all got such a problem with everything they do, every aspect of their life, how they look, how they this and that, fix it. If you saw appalled by it, because like she's telling you, I'm going to be on the internet, so if it discusses you so much, pay for it, fix it. Does that make her a bad person? No, it make the people that was harassing this lady and made her feel less than, it makes them the bad people. Instead of embracing what was in front of you, instead of just choosing, if she disgusts you so much, if you don't like the way she looked, just don't watch. What was wrong with that? Instead of getting on there trying to tear her down. You don't think she may have already gone through that most of her life? She looked that same way all her life. That's how she looked. But she said a lot of people asked for that money back too, Miss Deborah Olden. So that's what I'm saying. People just looking at that. A lot of that money them people didn't even get. But see, nobody don't want to hear the details in between. They just want to go off of what was at face value. They didn't listen to the fact when she said a lot of people asked for their money back. And a lot of stuff, other stuff happened in between that GoFundMe mess. And like I said, they asked for 10K. The fact that they got 45 was, just the fact that people was supposed to be being cheerful givers and sent more. They couldn't scam the GoFundMe because we saw what was going through there. People could have stopped giving that 10K. People been talking about her teeth. She saw that GoFundMe for Holla. She went out and tried her look. That's ridiculous to ask for GoFundMe when they gave them. Yeah, okay, this is like how many people? Y'all, these are all grown people, all got their own household, their own issues, their own things going on. 45K between a bunch of adults that got bills. Yeah, I mean, I'll be back later though, y'all. I gotta go to work. I like this conversation, open dialogue. We all here. I don't take nothing offensive, y'all. We all here to be unbiased and have our own opinions. That's what we here for. I love the conversation. If anyone gave it, should have been given from the heart, no matter what they did with the money. You gave from the heart, and don't worry about what they used for. They used it for. Move on. Amen, Sheila. Much love, Becoming Woman. Talk about it. So work at doing something they did not. Huge fallback. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, Miss Deborah Odin. Well, people are so jealous hearted. If you didn't want to give, exactly, Miss Dixie Walker, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But they better know anything build off negativity and stuff like what they trying to build themselves off, that will not stand. Negativity, anything built off of this kind of mess, that negativity mess, it will not stand. But like I said, we all here, we all watching y'all, but I have to go to work. So I appreciate everybody that came on, even the new people. Thank you all so much. I will be back later after I get off. May your today be better than yesterday. May your tomorrow be better than today. Know that every day that God blows that breath in your body, you're one step closer to your season. Don't fumble yourself worrying about the world. Focus more on God and less on people, because as we can see, people do you dirty. And I'm out.